If you can't stand math, or even if you just don't like it very much, then this video is for you because I have a modest proposal. I propose that you make friends with math. Make friends with math. Now, you may say, okay, first of all, what does that even mean? And second, I can't stand math. I'm no good at it. It's boring. It's dumb. It's useless. Why would I want to be friends with math? Well, so what do I mean by make friends with math? Obviously, math is not a person that you can literally be friends with, but there are aspects of the way we can approach math that are something like the way we make friends and have friends. I'm thinking about things like these. We spend time with friends. We appreciate our friends. We get to know our friends. We enjoy our friends. And we benefit from the friendship. And these things can apply to the way we approach math. We can spend time with it. We can appreciate it. We can get to know it. And yes, we can enjoy mathematics. And we will reap the rewards of this friendship, so to speak. Make friends with math, and math will make friends with you. So, yeah, I may have lost you at we can enjoy mathematics. If you really, really don't like math, that may seem ridiculous. But consider these three things. First of all, I think it's human nature to enjoy a challenge. And I think we can all agree that math is challenging. But what makes a challenge enjoyable is the belief that it's potentially achievable. So that's where things can go kind of sideways in this make friends with math thing. Because sometimes students don't think they can be successful. I think a lot of times this comes from, being behind in some area of math. You may be trying to do a problem, you come to a step that you never really understood, going back to fourth or fifth grade, and you just say, I never got this, even back then. I could never do it. The little that I did understand, I've forgotten. I'm just stuck. I can't get it. But I would suggest that you're closer than you think. And we'll get back to that. But in the meantime, just be aware there are things that you definitely can do. There are aspects of math that you understand the background. And those challenges are doable. You can make progress on those. You can enjoy those challenges because they are doable. So, work through those. And as you go, some of the other things might start making more sense. But back to those things. Again, those things where you're really stuck. I think you're usually closer than you think you are. One of the things that makes math difficult is that, every logical piece has to be there, right? That one thing that you can't get just blows the whole thing up. And it makes it seem like you're farther than you really are. So don't consider it undoable when there is that one thing that you don't get. You do need that one thing, but remember, it's just one thing. Keep asking questions. Accept the challenge. Consider it doable. And, when you just change your frame of mind and think, I'm stuck on this one thing, but I can get it. I'll keep working at it. I'll keep asking questions. Once you consider it doable, then you can enjoy the challenge. Now, this aspect of math that I just mentioned, that, every logical piece has to be there, suggests the second way that math can be enjoyable. and that is we enjoy making sense of things. You know, it's a cliche that kids like to ask why, and you explain the reason, and then they say, but why? And you explain that, and they say, why? And they're not just trying to be annoying. They want to fit everything into a logical framework. They want to understand. They want to make sense of things. And math helps us do that. It helps us make sense of the real world. Scientists study nature. They use math to help unravel the mysteries of nature. Engineers use math to help them make things work, to help them understand how does this wing need to be shaped to make the plane fly the most efficiently. What do I need to do to make this bridge sturdy so that it won't fall? They use math to model those things, to understand them, to make sense of them, to get it right. But also, when a math problem doesn't model the real world at all, when it's just a math problem, we might say it's not a word problem, it's not a story problem, just a regular math problem. Every logical piece has to be there, right? And so to really show the answer is correct, the exercise of doing that can be enjoyable because it is a process of making sense of things, even if it's just in the realm of the mathematics itself. Okay, and that suggests the third thing that we can enjoy about math. Since every logical piece has to be there, it provides a lot of practice for our thinking skills. And I think over time, you enjoy and appreciate that your thinking skills are increasing. Okay, so I've given you 3 ways to enjoy math. You can enjoy the challenge. You can enjoy the ability to make sense of things by applying math to real world problems and by just making sense of things within the realm of the math itself. And you can enjoy getting better at thinking. So, I think I've made the case. You can be friends with math. So I said a while ago that if you make friends with math, math will make friends with you, suggesting that you will reap rewards from being friends with math. So what are those? Well, we've already talked about some of those in the context of discussing how you can enjoy math. But beyond that, I would mention that there's just a huge increase in opportunities that you have by being at least somewhat good at math. You don't have to be a math whiz to have many of these opportunities. Although, for some jobs that require a lot of college math, you do have to be especially good at it. But many opportunities that are closed off to people with poor math skills are wide open to people who have just pretty decent math skills. Don't have to be particularly great at it. You may think about those kinds of jobs and you might say, I don't want to be an accountant or an engineer or an architect or a surveyor or a machinist or a nurse or a pharmacist. I don't want to be a pharmacy technician or an exercise specialist or a physical therapist or anything in logistics or planning. I don't want to be a lawyer or computer programmer or video game designer or graphics designer or anything having to do with robotics or a doctor or a radiology technician or a bank manager or a financial analyst or anything having to do with finance. And I don't want to be, and the list just goes on and on. So, you're sort of walled off from a lot of opportunities. If you don't have those math skills. And you might say, well, I'm not interested in anything on that list. I want to do something else. But, those, even if you don't want to do those things now, uh, having the math skills gives you all those many more options. Okay, you may think you'll never want to do them, but just having the options is pretty valuable. Um, you might specifically say, well, I want to be a firefighter and don't need math for that. So, that's not on your list. But I looked it up, and apparently there's a standard math test that's given to many people applying for that job. And the test even has a little algebra. They want to make sure that people have some problem solving skills and people are comfortable enough with numbers to calculate percentages, to do the calculations they need to set the pressure of the hose and so on, or calculate how much hose is needed. Making friends with math will help you make sure you're in good shape for various tests you might have to take for all kinds of jobs that you think really you wouldn't need math for. So, just to wrap up, when it comes to the rewards of being friends with math, the bottom line is the thing that makes it difficult is also what makes it powerful and valuable and rewarding. The need to be completely correct in the logic and flawless in the execution of the steps makes it difficult and frustrating, but it also makes it work and it makes it powerful. And I think it makes it satisfying. So, what do you think? I hope you'll at least consider my suggestion. Make friends with math, and I think math will make friends with you.